Today, we're jumping straight into something that quietly chips away at businesses: employee absenteeism.
Yeah, it's more than just the sniffles season, isn't it?
Exactly. It's this sort of chronic thing, draining productivity, hurting morale, and, well, hitting the bottom line pretty hard.
It really is a huge constant drain. I mean, if you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, U.S. employers are losing billions every year just from unplanned time off.
Wow. Billions.
Yeah. And for you listening, whether you've got a huge company or, just a small team, even one person calling out unexpectedly, that impact is immediate. It disrupts everything.
Right. So our mission today is really to get past that surface level. We've gone through a lot of material, focusing on insights from places like HR Delivered, and crucially, what specific actionable things can actually be done to, turn this trend around.
Okay, let's get into that because, like you said, the causes, they're often way more complex than just, oh, they don't feel like working.
Right. Not just lack of motivation.
No, the data really points to deeper human factors. We see huge spikes tied to mental health, stress, anxiety, burnout. It's major.
Driven by what? High-pressure jobs.
High-pressure environments, definitely. Or just that feeling of having no work-life balance. People sometimes just need a day to mentally recover, you know?
And that connects straight into workplace culture, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
We often think absence is just, well, physical illness.
Yeah.
But a toxic environment or one where people just don't feel supported, that makes calling in sick much easier.
It's a deterrent, right? If employees feel overlooked, undervalued, maybe excluded, or if the management style is just frankly punitive, why would they want to come in? Avoiding work becomes, well, a coping mechanism almost.
That makes sense.
And then beyond the psychological side, you have family obligations. That's huge.
The kids getting sick or...
Yeah, caregiving needs, sick kids, maybe an elderly parent needs help, unexpected emergencies, the whole range. And what's really interesting, something this source material highlighted, is the problem isn't always the event itself. It's often made worse by the lack of basic support from the organization, like no flexible scheduling options or unclear, hard-to-use PTO policies. That lack of support forces an absence.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The ripple effect. Because the cost isn't just the salary for that day, is it?
Not even close. When someone's out, think about the coworkers who are in. Their stress levels shoot up.
They have to pick up the slack.
Exactly. Which leads to their own exhaustion, maybe lower team morale overall, and even increases the risk of them leaving, higher turnover.
So it compounds.
It does. And that stress creates another problem we should probably define: presenteeism.
Right, I've heard that term.
Yeah, it's when people do drag themselves into work, but they're too sick or too stressed or just mentally checked out to actually be productive.
So they're physically there, but not really there.
Precisely. And the research we looked at, it suggested the cost of lost productivity from that presenteeism. It often actually exceeds the cost of the person being fully absent.
Wow, okay. So that raises the big question then. How do you actually fix something that systemic? It's clearly not just about having stricter rules.
No, definitely not.
The fix seems to need a much more proactive, people-first HR strategy. Our sources, including insights from HR Delivered, really zeroed in on 3 core solutions.
Okay, what's the first?
First is tackling mental health head-on and early, providing access to things like employee assistance programs, EAPs.
Standard practice for many.
It is. But here's the key insight.
Yeah.
Utilization rates for EAPs, often pretty low.
Right. People don't always use them.
So the sources suggest businesses have to actively promote these programs, integrate them into wellness initiatives, maybe even offer, say, flexible hours or stress days during known crunch times to encourage people to use these resources before they hit total burnout.
Makes sense. Be proactive, not reactive. What's number 2? Yeah.
Improving flexibility. This ties right back to those family obligations we talked about. Flexible schedules, remote work options where it makes sense, and really clear, usable PTO policies. It signals trust. HR Delivered's research actually highlighted something here.
Oh, yeah.
Giving employees more control over when they work significantly cuts down on those unplanned last-minute call-ins.
Control and trust. That seems key. Okay, and the third solution.
This one's crucial. You have to track and analyze the data rigorously.
Go beyond just counting days off.
Exactly. It's not enough to just count. You need to figure out the why. Using HR software to spot trends is vital. Are absences clustered in one department, around one manager? Do they happen more often on certain days, like paydays?
Looking for those patterns.
Yes. The sources really encourage looking for, say, manager correlations. Sometimes the root issue is localized leadership, and the HR data can actually pinpoint that pretty clearly.
And checking in with people, too.
Right, regularly checking in with employees who seem maybe a bit disconnected.
Yeah.
You might re-engage them before they just, disappear from the radar completely.
So if we pull this all together, this proactive approach, it's not just about saving money, is it?
No, it's much bigger than that.
It's really about building a workplace culture, a sustainable environment where people actually want to be, where they feel supported enough to show up and do good work. And partners, especially ones focused on engagement tools and wellness, like HR Delivered, can really help businesses manage these complexities. They provide practical tools.
Absolutely. It's about support, not just enforcement.
Exactly.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, the listener? Well, since that tracking piece is so critical for finding the real issues, here's the question to ponder. Are you just counting the missed days? Or are you actively digging into the patterns, looking at the managers, the specific roles, the timing, to really uncover the underlying why behind your employee absences? It might be time to start asking those tougher questions.